baby unicorn celebrates the new year. In the magical world of Reveria, there was a little pink unicorn named Luna. Luna was unique because instead of a silver mane, she had soft pink hair as bright as clouds at sunrise. Reveria was a place where every day was a celebration of joy, color, and friendship. But New Year's was always the most special time. Part 1. The preparation for the New Year's celebration. The first part of our story begins a few days before New Year's. Luna was especially excited this year, as she had been chosen to help prepare for the grand celebration. She joyfully floated around Reveria, assisting her friends in decorating the sparkling trees and singing streams with glittering garlands and multicolored lights. As Luna was decorating, she met Mr. Owl, the sage of Reveria, who spoke to her about the importance of New Year's. New Year's, my dear Luna, is not just a celebration. It's a time to appreciate the time past, learn from our mistakes, and plan for a better future, said Mr. Owl with a wise look. Curious, Luna asked, but how can we plan for a better future, Mr. Owl? Mr. Owl smiled and replied, by being kind, sharing with others, and taking care of our wonderful world. These words resonated in Luna's heart. She decided to do something special for the New Year's party. She thought of her friends in Reveria, the butterflies that sang melodies, the rabbits that danced under the moon, and the squirrels that played joyfully in the trees. Luna spent the following days gathering gifts for everyone. For the butterflies, she picked the most beautiful flowers. For the rabbits, she found the juiciest carrots. And for the squirrels, she gathered an assortment of tasty nuts. On the eve of New Year's, everything was ready. The decorations of Reveria shone like stars, and excitement was in the air. Luna, with the help of her friends, distributed the gifts she had prepared. The joy and gratitude of her friends filled her heart with immeasurable warmth. As midnight approached, Luna and her friends gathered around the grand tree of Reveria, a majestic tree whose leaves shone with 1,000 lights. Mr. Owl spoke, "Dear friends of Reveria, as tradition dictates, at midnight, we will make a wish for the coming year. A wish for ourselves, for our friends, and for our wonderful world." Luna closed her eyes and made a wish not for herself, but for her friends and for the world she loved so much. She wished that the coming year would be filled with happiness, love, and peace for all. And when the midnight bells rang, a dazzling light enveloped Reveria, and the hearts of all were filled with hope and joy for the new year. Part 2. Luna's Challenge. After the New Year's celebrations, Luna woke up with a feeling of determination. She remembered her wish and was resolved to make it a reality. But how could a small unicorn make such a difference in such a vast world? Mr. Owl, having heard about Luna's determination, came to meet her. "Luna, your heart is pure and your intentions noble. But remember that great changes often begin with small steps," he advised her. Motivated by these words, Luna decided to start with something small but significant. She noticed that the flower garden of Reveria, from where she had picked flowers for her friends, had lost its brilliance. Luna then had an idea. She decided to restore the garden to make it more beautiful than ever. With the help of her friends, Luna began working on the garden. The squirrels dug little holes for new plants. The rabbits brought water from the sparkling streams, and the butterflies helped pollinate the new flowers. Together, they worked in harmony, singing and laughing, making the work joyful and light. As the garden began to come back to life, other inhabitants of Reveria started to notice the change. Inspired by Luna's initiative, they joined her, each bringing their skills and enthusiasm. The garden, once dull and sad, was transforming into a dazzling spectacle of colors and scents. However, Luna realized that the task was bigger than she had imagined. She began to feel tired and discouraged. One evening, as she looked at the half-restored garden, Mr. Owl came to her. "Luna, remember that even the longest journey begins with a single step. You have already accomplished much more than you imagine," he said gently. Encouraged by these words, Luna found new energy. She understood that each small action she undertook contributed to a greater change. With this new perspective, she continued her work with renewed energy and optimism. Finally, after several days of hard work, the garden was transformed. The flowers shined under the sun of Reveria, attracting creatures of all kinds to admire their beauty. The garden had become a symbol of hope and renewal, a place where the inhabitants of Reveria could gather to share joy and beauty. Part 3. The Lesson of Gratitude. After restoring the garden, Luna was exhausted but happy. She walked through Reveria, admiring the result of their collective work. The garden had become a gathering place where the inhabitants of Reveria came to relax and have fun. Everything seemed perfect, but Luna felt that something was still missing. One evening, as she was contemplating the starry sky, Luna heard whispers of sadness coming from the forest. Curious, she followed the voices and discovered a group of forest animals who seemed lost and frightened. They explained that they had been chased from their home by a violent storm and did not know where to go. Luna then realized that, in their joy of celebrating the new year and restoring the garden, they had forgotten to be attentive to the needs of others around them. She understood that gratitude was not just about appreciating what one has, but also involved reaching out to those in need. With a heart full of compassion, Luna invited the forest animals to join them in Reveria. She asked her friends to help build new shelters for the displaced animals. Everyone got to work, sharing their resources and time to help their new friends. Over the days, as the homes took shape, Luna saw bonds forming between the inhabitants of Reveria and the newcomers from the forest. Stories were shared, laughter echoed, and a new harmony settled in the kingdom. Luna realized that, in their desire to beautify Reveria, they had neglected an essential part of their community. Now, by uniting to help those in need, they had not only made Reveria more beautiful, but also stronger and more united. On the day the new shelters were completed, a grand celebration was organized. The forest animals expressed their gratitude to Luna and the inhabitants of Reveria. It was a moment of pure joy, laughter, and singing, but also a moment of deep reflection. Luna, surrounded by all her friends, felt moved. She had learned a valuable lesson. True gratitude is not just about being thankful for what one has, but also about sharing and caring for others, especially those who are less fortunate. Part 4. The Celebration of Light. With a heart filled with love and gratitude, Luna prepared for Reveria's grandest celebration, the Celebration of Light, which marked the end of the year and the beginning of a new one. This year, the celebration held a special meaning. symbolizing the regained unity and strength of their community. Preparations for the celebration of light began. Every inhabitant of Reveria, old and new, brought something special to the festivities. The forest animals contributed with natural decorations. The squirrels prepared a feast with the tastiest nuts, and the butterflies lit up the sky with their dazzling, luminous dance. Luna, for her part, had a special surprise. She had secretly been working on a gift for all of Reveria. With Mr. Owl's help, she had created a large, luminous sculpture depicting a winged unicorn, symbolizing hope and unity. The sculpture would be unveiled during the celebration as a reminder of their journey together and what they had achieved. The night of the celebration of light arrived. The stars shone brighter than ever, and the moon cast a soft silver glow over Reveria. As the inhabitants gathered, Luna felt her heart leap with joy. She looked around, seeing the smiling faces of her friends, and knew that what they had achieved together was much more than the sum of their individual actions. When the time came to unveil the sculpture, Luna invited everyone to gather around. With a gentle and magical breath, she revealed the luminous sculpture. A murmur of wonder swept through the crowd. The sculpture glowed with a warm light, its wings spread and its gaze benevolent, symbolizing the protection and love that Reveria offered to all its inhabitants. The celebration continued with singing, dancing, and a sumptuous feast. Everyone shared their story, hopes, and dreams for the coming year. Luna felt incredibly fortunate to be part of this loving and supportive community.